Yeah. Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, it is as well.
Clear.
Thank you. Fine. So just we had one introductory session in the previous on last Friday. Fine. Continuation to that, just I'll brief you what was discussed previously. So why Python? So Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular, reasons which makes it suddenly super popular and comparison with other programming, coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, you can check how simple the Python statements, just like normal English statements, right? And what kind of applications we are developing today by using Python, mostly used for developing what kind of applications. And who can learn Python? There is no prerequisites for learning Python. Anyone can update with Python. As I said, the statements look like normal English statements. I'll just brief you by taking examples, tasks, and implementing the task in multiple programming languages. Can just check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings. Not even one-fourth coding as compared with other programming languages. That coding wise, length wise, can just compare the statements of Python, right? So starting with why Python, it's a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose means it's not like a purpose based. It's not for a particular purpose. Any kind of application, a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application. Such a language we call it as general purpose programming. So Python is such a kind where we can develop any kind of applications like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, networking applications, desktop applications. Wide varieties of applications creations is possible through Python. That's why today is the Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used programming, right? For implementing, even for implementing different domains of different high-end technologies also, they're using Python for implementing, right? Like data science implemented with Python and big data like Spark with Python, PySpark, right? Machine learning, deep learning implementation in Python, and even writing automation scripts in IoT, in robotics, even DevOps environment, right? We write scripts with Python, right? Yes. Multi-programming features, what all the features we see in different other programming languages, all the features we see in Python. So that's the reason we call Python as a hybrid language. Multi-programming features is the fastly growing programming language, right? Python. And high level language. So I said there are two types of languages, right? Low level languages, high level languages. Low level languages like assembly level or machine level languages. These machine level languages are not human understandable. They are not portable. They cannot be carried from one system to other. They are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. But high level language like Python, they're human understandable, looks like normal English statements. Portable, they can be carried from one system to other. Machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. It's a high level language. Interpreted language. Python is an interpreted language. Interpretation means line by line execution, statement by statement. Even if you want output for every statement wise interaction is possible in Python. For every statement, it gives output. User friendly programming or programmer friendly programming, which provides simple syntax, which looks like normal English statements. Okay. So general purpose programming, any kind of applications, multi-programming features, high level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language. Okay, coming back, right? So here, what are the features we see here in Python? What are the programming features we see in Python, right? Yes. So if you go back like 10 to 15 years, Java is the mostly used programming with 43% usage in the year 2010, with where Python very less usage. But from 2020 onwards, you say the usage of Python has increased a lot. So you can just open and check in the Google also, right? Mostly used programming today. Python is mostly preferred language. And 100 lines of Java code you can write in 15 lines in Python. 15 lines of Java code you can write in 4 lines in Python. Just I'll show you by taking an example, right? Yes. So Python has got what features? What programming features? Procedural oriented programming features like C language, object oriented programming features like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, and modular programming features like Modular 3. And you can because you can develop applications like C language, like C++, like Java, like Modular 3, and like writing many automation script like shell script. So because of this multi-programming features that we call it as a hybrid language. So the Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, there's no Java programmer applications. Here, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with modular programming, with procedural-oriented, we can develop many applications in Python. And like scripting, today, like Python script is mostly used. And Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries. And Python has got great boom because of this modular programming, Modular 3, right? So 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments. Whatever environment you are from, Python has got a module using which we can perform the operations. Modules for data science, it has got separate modules like 10 to 15 modules Python is providing for data science environment like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? For big data also like PySpark. Networking, not only modules, separate framework like Twisted Python for testing, for operating system, for OS kind of activities, whatever you want to perform. For every database, we have got a module Python is providing. For Oracle, CX underscore Oracle. For MySQL, PyMySQL, SQL Server, PyODBC. In this way, we have got modules for every database. So it's very simple to connect with database here in Python. For Excel files, CSV files. Excel files, CSV files, PDF files, JSON files, XML files, any kind of files we can create by writing Python code. Writing a Python code, I can create an Excel file. I can insert data into Excel file by writing Python code. I can create sheets within the Excel. I can write data into the second sheet. I can read data from the first sheet. I can create a PDF file by writing a Python code and executing. You can check a PDF file gets creating. I can write data into PDF. I can read data from PDF. Similarly for JSON, CSV, right? For all this, we have got separate modules. And for mathematical operations, math. And for statistical operations. And for generating graphs. Any types of graphs we can generate by using Python today. Normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plots, stack plots, any type of graphs can be used. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Yeah, mostly used in web applications creations. You may ask from last 20, 25 years, Java, .NET, all this, they are mostly preferred in developing web applications. Today, Python also mostly preferred, mostly used, right? Using frameworks like Python framework, like Django framework. Django framework is the it has got many flexible features it is providing with very less coding. You can develop a web application at a rapid speed. You can develop a web application with very less coding, right? It has got its own database like SQLite3. It's got its own database. It has got its own application server. Automation applications using technologies like data science, IoT, DevOps, right? Talk about IoT, Internet of Things. It's a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things. Right here in IoT, the total coding goes in Python. Even in data science, in machine learning, deep learning, right? We have got many techniques, ML techniques, regression, classification, clustering, recommendation, pattern matching. All these techniques to implement, you require a language. To code, you require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used programming for this data science, ML and DL, right? Where Python has got modules, like different modules available for this. And for big data applications also, like for huge data storage and huge data processing, we have got Hadoop and Spark technologies, right? Especially Spark, very high speed processing technology. Huge data at a very quick time it can process. So it is using language like Python, we say PySpark. For scientific applications, CP, scientific Python. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, numerical Python. For graphical user interface or for animations, we have got modules like PyQt, Python is providing, and TK inter modules, right? And for gaming or for game development, right? So one more major area like game development where Python is mostly preferred, especially for developing games in Python. Python has given a framework, Pygame, for developing games in Python. PyCara, it is also a framework given by Python for developing games, and PySci for 3D rendering libraries. And for scheduling tasks, we have got Airflow for test cases for software development. Software developers make use of Python as a support language. Business application, Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce websites. For database applications also, right? There is no web application without database. So Python can connect with any database, MySQL, Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, all this it can connect, right? Networking applications. For networking applications, Python is given a separate framework like Twisted Python. It is a framework of Python for developing networking applications. For web scraping data from different sites, extracting data from different sites. You have got models like URL BS4 modules, right? And for audio and video applications, we have got Team Player, CPlay, etc. Are some applications which you got already developed using Python. And as part of the course, I'll be showing you some audio and video kind of applications. CAD applications, computer-aided design, 3D CAD applications. For embedded applications, right? The most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. And for data analysis, and for computer vision, face detection, object detection, and color detection. For robotics with Python, there are huge packages available, desktop applications, single user console applications. So these are some of those applications which are using Python today. And who are using Python? Topmost applications built using Python. Google using Python for its web search systems. Google is one of the best example of Python web application. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python. Instagram built using Python. The reason for Instagram choosing Python. Python multi-programming features. Even NASA using Python today for its research and development activities. Uber using Python, Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML. Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox, all these they are built using Python. Netflix, the popular OTT platform, which uses Python for its security automation subscription related. Yes. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation, which uses Python script. And okay, just observe this. iRobot for military and commercial applications. And for hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing purpose. And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Most of the programmers or developers attracted towards Python and migrating towards Python because of its very less coding, very simple syntaxes given by Python. Looks like normal English statements. Multi-programming features. So I said Python has got multi-programming features like procedural-oriented, object-oriented, scripting, and modular programming, right? Yes. Interactive mode. You can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Interactive mode in Python. So just in the bottom search panel, if I type CMD, go to the command prompt. And if I type Python, you can interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Right? Asking what is 5 plus 2, it gives response. X has 10. No need to define the data type here. X plus 2, you can say. Gives the output. X minus 2. X into 2. X by 2. X to the power symbol in Python. 10 square, 100. Any valid Python statement you can type and you can interact, right? Yes. X equal to Ajay. No need to define the data types here. Y equal to Kumar. X plus Y. So they look like normal English statements, right? If you say quit, it will come out of it. Okay. That is interactive mode. Statement by statement interaction, not possible in other programming languages. Yes. Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications. Just now I was briefing you about that applications, right? Different varieties of applications. Many built-in modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments, right? So these are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Yes. Now, Python comparison with other programming languages. Python comparison with other programming, right? Task. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming language. You can just check how simple the Python statements. Accepting two values from the user and performing addition. Accepting two values from the user and performing addition, right? Yes. So first I'll write using Java, two major programming languages, Java and Python. First I'll write in Java, later in Python. Just observe this code in Java, right? Import java.io.star, import java.io.star, right? Class sample. string aux. Public static void main string aux throws IO exception. Right. I can use input stream reader. Input stream reader. Right. Okay. Buffered reader. System.out.println. Enter the first number. Whatever number you're entering by default taken as a string. So here, enter the first number taken as string format. Later, I need to convert to integer by saying integer.parse int. Can you enter the second number? Yes, equal to b order integer. Is my voice clear and audible to all? Once again, can anyone please confirm?
Yeah, now clear.
Yes. So just I'm opening this Python edit. Yes, this is the Python shell, file, new file, right. Here directly I can write the Python code. For adding two numbers, you require two values x, y, right? So for x, what is the value? Input the value for x. Enter value of x. For y also input enter value of y. Print x plus y. That's it. This is the coding in Python. Enter value of x, enter value of y, print x plus y. Directly you can write that code. Just like normal English statements, do you see any complex word here? Okay. Save it. Any name.py extension. But here also in Python, just like Java, enter value of x. Whatever you are entering, right, by default taken as a string. We need to typecast to integer. Here also it is taken as string. We need to say just int function. There you said integer dot path int, right? Here it just say int is enough. Okay. Int of input, enter value of y. Input, enter value of y. Value of x, enter value of y, print x plus y, right? Yes. Run module. Check this. Now, this is the code in Python. Enter value of x 10, value of y 20, sum is 30. Simple code, right? Yes. Just try to understand the Python statement. Looks like normal English statements. Some more examples I show you. Right. File, new file. Some more examples. Just two things you can understand. One is the coding statements of Python. And secondly, I'll also show you some models, examples of models. How simple Python, right? Operations if we are using modules. Yes. Now, for example, I've taken a list of values. I'm taking some list of values. These are the values. List, I've got 5 elements. Print x prints the entire list. Len, number of elements in the list. It returns 5. Print the max element, max of x. Max of x is 50. Print min of x. Min of x is 10. So max value is 50 in the x. Min value is 10. Length is 5. We want to find the sum of all these elements. Directly we can say print sum. Directly it gives the sum. One model. Elements, max value, min value, and all these values. Sum of all the values. If you want to arrange all the elements in ascending order, sorted of X. That's it, in ascending order. Everything in ascending. If you want in descending order, print sorted of X means in ascending. So here sorted of X, ascending. Sorted of X means ascending. The ascending, if I reverse, you will get in descending order, right? You get the output in descending. Right. It's very simple. You won't see any complex words here. Descending, this is in ascending. X dot append. X dot append means I want to append a new element to the X list. To the X list, I want to append a new element to 60. Yes. Print X. 60 gets added, right? Can you check? 60 got added. So appending a new element to the list, yes, by saying append. If I want to remove also X dot remove, right? Which element 40? 40 gets removed. So in this way, we can add new element, we can remove element, we can sort, we can perform the sum of the elements, right? Do you see any complex word here? Not only this, any program Python code, you won't see any complex statements. Simple statements, right? Yes. 40 got removed here. 60 got added in the previous, 40 got removed in this, right? Yes. I'll just show you one example, right? And importance of modules in Python, right? Thousands of module, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got. In that one commonly used module, I'll show you, right? Yes. Import math module. Import math. You want to see what is present within this math module. I want to see the directory of math, dir of math. Check it. Run module. These are all the module. Can you see? Pi, power, prod, radian, sin h, square root, tan, tau. All these are the properties. All these are the properties of math module. There is a variable like pi. There is a variable like e. You want to print anything from math module, right? Print math dot pi. Print math.e. Math.pi, math.e, right? We can print this pi value, e value, right? Yes. Three 3.14 pi value, e value 2.71. So there is a function like, observe, we have got a function like square root. You don't know how to use it, how to work with a particular functionality within a module. Any module you take, thousands of modules we have got. You don't know how to work with this square root function. You don't know how to work with any functionality like square root. So there is a help function, just like print function in Python, we have also got help function. Help on what? Math.sqrt. Help on math.sqrt, right? Yes. It is just going to help you with the square root function. So help on built-in function square root in the module math. Square root, you should provide one value x. It returns the square root of that value. Print math.sqrt of provide one value 16. It returns the square root of that 16. Run module. Square root of 16 is 4. Any other functionality you can take, right? Take any other functions like POW. Help on math.pow function. I want help on that. How to use it? How many values I need to provide for it? Help on built-in function POW in module math. Power expecting two values returns x to the power of y. It's taking two values x returns x to the power of y, x to the power of y.
What is the meaning of this forward slash after x and y?
Okay, these two arguments, we have got some types of arguments in Python, right? Like default arguments, non-default arguments, keyword arguments, non-keyword arguments, arbitrary arguments, variable length arguments. So here it's the slash indicates these two arguments are non-default, means whenever you call this power, we should provide the values for it. So here we later I discuss about the slash. It's indicating that it's a non-default argument. The previous version, it is used to give one more comment. Slash indicates non-default arguments. There was one more statement beside it they used to give the previous Python versions. Slash indicates that arguments are non-default arguments. Later I discuss as part of the course about the arguments, but as of now, just to provide two values, it returns x to the power of y. See the bracket, it is giving x to the power of y. This is the power symbol in Python. So print within the math module, POW, provide two values 10, 3. 10 to the power of 3 is 1000. Ten to the power of 3 is what? 1000 it gives. In this way, you can get help on any functionality here and you can just work on it. Help function in Python. So where do you see any complex words here? The program, like other than print and math. Even generating graphs also, it's very simple in Python. Just observe this code and observe the importance of modules, right? Import for that we matplotlib. We use a module called matplotlib. Within that, we got a built-in functionality pyplot. Alias name or shortcut name. So instead of using this very big name, always in the like math in the previous example, here also instead of using this big name, alias name as P you can say, as PLT you can say, any name you can give. Okay. PLT dot plot. PLT dot plot. So to plot a graph, you require x coordinates. These are x coordinate values. and list of y coordinates values. So any graph to generate, you require x coordinates and y coordinates. These are the x coordinate values, y coordinates. And to plot a graph, we have got a plot function available. And just that's it. plt dot show. Just I take 5. You can see a graph here, right? A graph is generated, check it. 1, 5. For x coordinate 1, y is 5. For 2, 7. For 3, 4, right? It's a graph. For example, age values are given 30 years, 40 years, and 60 age values. And their salaries are given for 30 years, for 40 years, for 50, and for 60. These are the age values. I want to generate a graph. So just observe this, a graph will be generated, run module. For 30 years, 30,000. For 40 years, 40,000. For 50, it is 35. For 60, it is 50. You got a solid graph in blue color, but I doesn't want a solid graph. That too, I doesn't want in blue color. I want in different color you can provide. And dotted line graph I want. And there is no label here. X-axis, there is no label. Y-axis, there is no name. There is no title for it. So simple statements for providing all this, right? PLT dot x-axis label. What is the x-axis label? Age. Yes. PLT dot y label, y-axis label. What is that y-axis label? It's a built-in properties, this y label. Salary. And title I want for that PLT dot title. Sample graph. Right? And that too I doesn't want, I want in dotted format, not like solid graph. Give hyphen means like dotted format, I want a graph. And that too, the graph color you are getting in blue, I want it in different color, like green color I want. Yes, very simple, right? If you want in dotted format, you want in green color, color equal to green, you can say. This now you will get a title, you will get x-axis label, y-axis label, colors. Run module. Check this. Can you see you got label for x-axis, y-axis, you got one label salary. Title you got in green color, you got dotted line format instead of this, right? Yes. Generating graphs is very simple here in Python. Just one more small example, right? If you want a pie graph, I want a pie graph to be generated. Same thing, right? Import matplotlib. Within that, we have got a property build pie plot, alias name as prplt. See, for example, I want to analyze the sales of a mobile sales. So mobiles, sales mobiles like Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus. You got some mobiles. The August sales are like this. Sales of August. Samsung 55, Vivo 10, Oppo 15, This 20. Okay, I got sales. Now I want a pie graph. See, PLT dot in the previous example, plot function for plotting a graph. Instead of plot function, if you give bar graph, you get. Instead of plot function, HIST, histogram, you will get. Instead of that, scatter, PIE, if you give PLT dot PIE, pie graph, you will get. If you say normal plot, normal graph, if you say bar graph, you get. If you say HIST, histogram, you get. And if you say pie graph, you are going to get. You want to graph, you want pie graph based on August sales. Based on August sales, I want a graph to be generated, right? And the two labels I want. Labels equal to the name mobiles. What labels you want to give? Mobile labels only. PLT dot show. That's it. Simple graph, right? Let's save it. Pie graphs. By default, it takes default colors. Even we can specify our own colors, right? Which has got more sales? Samsung 55. And next OnePlus, next to Oppo, Vivo, right? A pie graph has been generated from that whatever values we have provided, right? Yes. So in this way, just I was showing you the importance of modules, importance, the how this coding of Python looks very simple, right? People from non-programming or zero programming, non, so it looks simple to understand. So we'll be discussing in brief from the basic level, that is from ground level to the advanced level, right? Now, see the
What all modules are we going to cover in the complete
yes.
session?
So, yeah, I'm going to show you that course content. Python basics, why Python, history, applications, features, advantages, versions, installation of Python, flavors of Python, operations, interactive mode, batch mode, editors, IDEs, data types, variables, constants. Yes, input output statements, type conversions, comments, escape sequences, strings, operators, different types of operators, IDEs, integrated development environment. In real time, we use IDEs, right? How to work with Anaconda, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, how to download, how to install, and how to write the code and execute the code in all these IDEs I'll be showing you. Basic Python, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, methods, string special characters, collections, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, Python list creations, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, tuples, sets, dictionaries in Python, functions, properties, their categories, their arguments, variable length, different types of functions, lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, right? Modules in Python, modules, modular programming, right? What is a module? How to import, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, right? Package in Python, errors and exceptions, file handling, how to open a file, read data, appending data to a file, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, class object inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static, constructors, destructors, garbage collectors, inheritance, polymorphism, right? Method overriding, garbage collections. Yes. Regular expressions in Python, right? How to extract required data from the given data. I'm going to discuss different modules related to different environments. Regular expression module, database module, some modules related to data science, some modules related to big data, some modules related to operating system, some related to graphics, some related to Excel files, different file formats. Observe here. regular expression module, database connectivity, in installing a one database, performing SQL operations, Python database, transaction management, datetime module, OS module, advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closures, decorators, web scraping, graphic module, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas module in brief, Python NumPy module in brief, Matplotlib module in brief. And apart from this, how to create our own modules, right? Yes. This for this 30 topics for Python core and advanced. People who wants to go for Python full stack web development. So along with Django framework, right? So Django web frameworks installation, project architecture, applications creation, Django views, templates, admin models, right? All this advanced concepts, ORM, Faker module, all this. And apart from this, you'll also be given knowledge on UI technologies. People who go for full stack on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap and database. Yes, Absar. So here, one thing is in only Python, Python core, Python advanced, Python application oriented modules. Core Python, advanced Python application oriented modules will be discussed. So nearly I'll be spending 70 hours for this, 2 months duration for this Python core and advanced, 2 months duration, and the fee structure is 6,000 for it. Apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack, full stack Python web development, you will be given knowledge on web development first. Yes, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap will be discussed, right? Apart from this, you'll be given knowledge on Django framework. Django framework in brief, nearly 15 applications I'll make you develop along with, will be doing along with me parallelly, plus REST APIs, plus project. So for all this takes 60 days, 60 hours, 2 months duration. And for this web development, the Django framework, REST API and project, the fee structure is 8,000. So totally 70 plus 60. If you want to go for full stack, totally 130 hours, duration 2 plus 2, 4 months. And the fee structure 6 plus 8, 14,000. But if you are if you are taking the entire package, Python full stack development, right? It's now 14, just it's 12K you can pay, right? 12,000 is the, you're going separately like Python and this web development separately. 6K and 8K you need to pay separate. But if you're taking the entire package with a single payment, right, it's 12K. So in brief, in depth, everything will be discussed. You can see the course content. You can compare with other training sites. We'll be discussing all that in brief. And the offerings, right, you'll be getting the video. Daily, you'll be getting the video of all this. So if you have preferred full stack, you'll be getting all that more than 130, 140 videos you'll be getting. Python, web development, Django, all this, right? For Python, you'll be getting 70 to 75 videos you'll be getting, right? Every day, that day itself, you'll be getting the video to your Google Drive. Class notes, soft copy of the notes you'll be getting. And assignments and tasks to work with. So based on this assignments only, you can build the code by yourself and you can get confidence, right? And a WhatsApp group for technical discussion. WhatsApp group for technical discussion, right? And resume preparations, resumes will be forwarded, right? Yes. So this is the things, video, classroom notes, assignments, tasks, a WhatsApp group. Tomorrow also you can attend the session same time at 8 o'clock. And same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, right? And let me make it clear about the timings, right? There are many queries related to timings by the students, right? So last Friday I have taken One second, one second. Last time when I was taken on a introductory session on Friday, so most of the students request, right? As 8 to 9 is not that. So most of the students going to their college and their office during, so timings, let me make it clear about the timings, right? So for the first 2 weeks or first 20, for first 2 weeks, or if you say for the 20 days, it will be at 8 o'clock. I'm making it clear before you do the payment, right? Not after the payment. So after that, we'll start at 7 a.m. up to the end of the course. So timings of this batch, as of now, it will be 8 o'clock. Up to 2 weeks, it will be at 8 o'clock. But later, it will be at 7 o'clock because many students were unable to attend because they are going to their colleges and their jobs, right? So 7 a.m. will be the better timing as requested by the students. So first 2 weeks or 20 days it will be at 8 a.m. It will be later it will be at 7 o'clock. So check the timings, right? Before you do the payment. Yes. The same timing will be followed up to the end of the course. There won't be any change further, right? Okay. Any other queries? And the sessions should be interactive sessions, right? So as it's a demo session, I was speaking most of the time, but normal sessions, right? For every statement I type, you people will be responding with the what is the expected output or the result. At any point of time, if you got query, you can ask that query, unmute yourself and asking the query. Either you can ask the query through voice or you can also type your queries in the chat. Sorry. And one more thing, yes, there's one more. I also deal with big data technologies, big data analytics. So, and anyone like, so where big data, Hadoop, Spark with Python, PySpark, which has got great boom in today's market, and Linux, Python. Okay, fine. So this 4 is going to be covered. In this, you will be getting 2 months of this Python course, right? Whatever this 2 months, 70 hours, this Python course you'll be getting as free here in this in big data. Yes, where you will be dealing with Spark with Python. The fee structure is 15,000 for this. So along with that, this Python, any of the batch, Python batch you can attend. Any of my Python batch you can attend, right? Morning or evening. Yes. And yes. This will be, it's a weekend batch. It will be only on weekends. The classes will be on weekends. This Python will be in regular basis, Monday to Friday it will be. And but this Hadoop PySpark, this will be in the weekends. There is a demo this Saturday at 1 p.m. Saturday at 1 p.m. There is a demo for this big data. If anyone interested, go for this package also, it's fine. Okay. So tomorrow also you can attend. From tomorrow, I'm going to start with the actual technicals of Python. Tomorrow, like Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes. I'll be going with the basics technicals of Python. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting with this Python. So tomorrow also, people can attend the session same time at 8 o'clock using the same link. You can follow, right? Tomorrow and day after tomorrow also, people can attend the session. You can check the training levels, right? Any queries from your side, anyone? Okay. So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow at same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, more discussion on this Python. So thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.